It's a big day here in Noir Alley, so put an egg in your beer or some extra vodka in your Bloody Mary, because your host, that'd be me, Eddie Muller, is about to present his favorite film of all time. Now, when it comes to picking an all-time favorite, a lot of people opt for something monumental, Gone with the Wind, maybe Casablanca, or the Stoner's favorite, 2001: A Space Odyssey. All great landmark films, but my tastes run to a more minor key. I don't need the big symphony orchestra. A great jazz trio perfectly playing a heart-rending ballad, that'll do me just fine. But here's the deal. When they call you the Czar of Noir, you must cite a personal favorite, because you're going to be asked for one all the time. So for me, it's In a Lonely Place. Now, some of you may not even consider this film noir, and I'll admit that one of the reasons I hold this movie in such high regard is that it resolutely refuses to succumb to genre expectations or be confined by its tropes. It is a crime picture with an unsolved murder at the core, but it ends up being something so much more. It's one of cinema's most profound explorations of relationships between male friends, between an artist and his patrons, and primarily and poignantly between a brilliant, insecure man and a smart, gun-shy woman. It's a story that basically asks, why can't we love unconditionally? Why do we insist on destroying ourselves? This movie is film noir for fully grown adults. In a Lonely Place is also unique on two other counts. First, it's rare enough when a great novel is made into a great movie, but in the translation to the screen, In a Lonely Place became something entirely different than the book. Dorothy B. Hughes' 1947 novel is a crime fiction masterpiece, telling the unsettling story of a misogynistic and misanthropic serial killer, a book way ahead of its time. Nicholas Ray's adaptation keeps the basic premise and the same characters, but it reshapes the story into something totally different and equally affecting. When Humphrey Bogart snatched up the rights to Hughes's novel to make it independently through his own Santana Productions, I can't imagine he saw himself in the character of Dixon Steele. But what ends up on screen is nothing short of a self-revelatory, almost flagellating performance.
You shouldn't have done it, honey, no matter how much money that pig's got.
You pull over the curb.
And what's wrong with right here?
Bogart is essentially playing himself, or at least the man he was before Lauren Bacall smoothed out the rough edges.
You'll kill him!
Now, you may not think this is Bogart's greatest or most legendary performance. There are dozens of those. But this is unmistakably his most personal role. He and Nick Ray, who the previous year had made the socially conscious crime drama Knock on Any Door, they were simpatico collaborators, and Ray also saw a lot of himself in the character of Dixon Steele. In fact, neither man was exactly sure how to end this movie, and Ray, with Bogart's blessing, was rewriting the final scenes right up to the moment they were shot. Another unusual aspect of In a Lonely Place is that the central character changes midway through the film, specifically in a scene where the character of Laurel Gray, memorably played by Gloria Graham, is getting a massage.
No wonder your nerves are tied in knots.
Up till that point, Dixon Steele has been the film's protagonist. After the massage, it becomes Laurel's story, with Dix becoming the antagonist. Now, whether you've seen this film before or you're about to experience it for the first time, I hope you'll agree that this mature and elegant film represents Hollywood at its sophisticated best. From 1950, in my estimation, Hollywood's greatest year ever, here is Nicholas Ray's masterpiece, In a Lonely Place.